Well, congratulations. The Indiana Pacers beat the New York Knicks 4 games to 2, and now I'm going to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals starting. It's coming week Thursday. Pascal Siakam came back big. He was the Eastern Conference MVP. Talk about a guy that, really, some people forgot how good he really was. Last time Siakam was as deep was when he's with the Toronto Raptors back in the 2019 season when he helped the Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors. The Knicks played good except for this one. They lost every single quarter. There was no magic. The Pacers pulled away in the third, did the usual third quarter, but this time they held on in the fourth quarter and they won. It was 125-128. The Knicks had what I call an overachievement season. What you call classic example of overachieving, that they played a bit beyond their means. They got to 6 games, they said conference finals. I'm sure they're gonna say it's a really good season. It was, because they beat Detroit first round, and they knocked out the Boston Celtics, the former champions. And they just went against a team that had a little bit more better than them. Tyrese Halliburton had 21, bounce back game, played good enough. He came up with some big plays, and a little bit of a slow start, but he kicked in. He came up. They got what they needed to get. The bench, they got contributions. Miles Turner came through, but Siakam was huge. I mean, they had no answer for him. The Knicks didn't. And the thing is that the Pacers front is big, strong, athletic, and they definitely possess a lot of problems for you. So it was very impressive what they were able to do. Rick Carlisle did a great job of leading the second straight years the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's time to get through. And this is going to be, let me do the math, because Rick Carlisle has been to Eastern Conferences a few times. Of course, he went and won the chip with Dallas when they beat Miami Heat in 2011. So he's familiar with these kind of runs. And oh, by the way, Rick Carlisle did give it up to Ernie Johnson and TNT staff. And that's definitely going to be missed. That's a whole nother story, another video. But anyway, let's talk about this real quick. And then Jalen Brunson was alright, but he'd been wearing out. Cat came on big, calling at the town was very good. The problem is that Tibbs, as I said before, you can't wait till almost game 100 to decide to play more than 5 or 6 players, and you get wearing out against a team that's got a lot of size, a lot of athleticism, a lot of depth. So that's got to be a lesson learned. The Knicks need another piece this time to beat the Pacers. They lost to the Pacers 2 straight years. Last year in the second round, this year in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think that's what you need, is get some size. You need another piece. It's always back to drawing board. There's always growing pains. Jalen Brunson, he lost the Western Conference Finals to Golden State a few years ago, so now he's experiencing this. And he had a decent run, but he was streaky. Cat played good, OG Anunoby played pretty good. The problem is the Knicks, who I felt were a bit overmatched, it just came to a screeching halt. Like I said, every series can't be 6-7 games, and everybody was hoping for this made for TV. Maybe they'll come back for Spike Lee and all this. I said, no, you're not good enough to beat this team. You're not good enough to beat this team. I think you're overachievers personally. Listen, to get this far, you should have a 1-block parade, because I still can't believe it really be Boston. Just keep it 100. I think you were the right team to win the series. I don't think you were the better team. But that's another story, another video. But anyway, the Knicks did have a good season, but they still got to make a couple moves. They need another shooter, and they need another bench. And Tibbs has to go 6-7 deep in the regular season, and you got to go 8-9 deep in the postseason. You can't be operating on a 2.5-man team routine, because you get outplayed, and it could have been prevented. Could have been a different series. But Rick Carlisle did a great job. They attacked the Knicks, and I had a feeling once they got back to Indiana, I said, as long as the refs ain't involved and there ain't no funny thing going, they could win this series at home. And they did. They did what they were supposed to do. They had blew game 3, but they weren't blowing no more. So they did what they're supposed to do. And I think they took heed to what Charles Barkley said. Don't go back to New York, because anything could happen. So the best team won. I will be doing different critiques about how I see OKC in Indiana, and I'm looking forward to the finals. I think that's going to be a very intriguing finals with the sizes, with the guards, and what have you. And I'll talk about all 09 about all that. But anyway, congratulations to Pascal Siakam winning the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Well deserved, because he was a difference maker. Like I said, a lot of people have forgotten how good he can be. He may not be what I call a first option, but he's a dangerous second. And if he has games where he can roll and there's no pressure on him, like what you saw in this finals against the Knicks, he could be a problem. So they did a great job, and I'm glad to see the Pacers advance. And Tyrese Halliburton, he got the last laugh. How he like me now. Much respect to what he's doing. All right, please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm on one time. Peace.